Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cryptid Conversations. I'm Caster MJ. Along with me, I have Ian.
How's it going?
As well as Deadly.
Hello.
And before we get started with any topics today, I just want to remind everybody that this podcast is sponsored by Immortal Workshop. If you're shopping for Metazoo, shop with the partners, and Immortal Workshop is one of the partners. You'll find his code in our description. And he is also being generous enough to do a giveaway for this channel once we hit 250 subs. So I'm saying it in the beginning of the episode this time. Help us get to 250 subs, and we'll be giving away I spoke to him this week, either a Wilderness Revive box or a Native Booster box. It's up to the winner. Yeah, so let's get to that number. It's only like 30 more people or something like that. It's somewhere about
If
that.
it feels like it's been taking us forever to get to that number, it's because MJ took a whole month off.
Damn, dude.
Or the fact that we just announced it at the end of the episode that nobody ever gets to.
Hey, 10% of people.
So yeah, also like and subscribe. I never say that in the beginning either.
Yeah, why don't you share it while you're at it?
Leave a comment, all that stuff that YouTubers say.
Yeah, tell him he sucks or he sucks.
I need to take.
You have no idea where you are in the video.
We'll see what happens.
But yeah, shop with the Immortal Workshop. That's the moral of the story, guys. So yeah, also, we apologize for taking some weeks off. How
many was it? It was only like, what, 2?
2 or 3.
2 or 3, yeah, something like that. I don't even remember anymore. But yeah, I moved to a whole new state from Florida to New Jersey. So here I am. It's very, very cold.
Yeah, that's why he's wearing a hoodie.
It's very cold. Yeah.
It's not used to it yet.
No, I'm not used to it yet. I was telling Ian, I was taking my dog out last night, and I was like, maybe I should get rid of this dog, dude. It's that cold.
Pancakes? This isn't happening.
Yeah, my dog's name is Pancakes, for those who don't know that.
Are you in an area where you can build a fence and let the dog out?
So no, I'm in a apartment complex, a brand new development basically. And so it's like an apartment building, and there's there's 5 or 6 different buildings in this complex type of thing. Almost like a little gated community type of thing, but there's no gate, just a community.
It's a gated community, but you can just walk right in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just a community at that point.
Pretty dope though. No, it's brand new. We're the first people to live in this apartment and everything, so it's really nicer than I deserve, honestly. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's nicer than I've ever lived in before. But it is renting and not owning, which I don't like. I want to own sooner than later if possible. But yeah,
how'd your move go? Did you get all your stuff up there?
Yeah, no, actually, it went way smoother than I thought it would have. So
MJ
fortunate.
Is a beast. So
why?
I've seen these. So he literally, I didn't drive at all. He just drove the whole way, and we stopped maybe 3 times. It was crazy, and he just drove, and I would go to sleep. And I wake up, and I'll be like, are you good? He's like, yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm like, what are you on, dog? How are you still driving and just going? I would need to stop. I can't just keep going. I need brakes.
I just, hit my vape pen and take a few sips of some water, and I'm good pretty much, man.
Yeah.
I don't mind driving.
How long was the drive? I mean, Florida to Jersey, right?
So we stopped. We stopped in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think we stopped in Wade, North Carolina. Yeah, Wade.
Something like that. That sounds right.
Shout out their Airbnb.
Yeah, that Airbnb.
Link is in the description.
No, it was dope though. But yeah, so that took like 8 or 9 hours to get there, and then it took like another 8 or 9 hours to get to where like our destination was. And it was fucking snowing when we got to
He couldn't get up the hill of my house where I live.
My car
I had to run up the hill with my suitcase in the snow.
My car, dude, I was about to like blow out my transmission, like RPMs maxing out, my wheels just fucking skidding and trying to. My Jetta's never seen snow before, you know.
It did shitty.
It did very bad. Yeah. I was like skidding through stop signs and shit. But I made it. Yeah, and all my Metazoo stuff made it safe. The only thing that happened was my first edition pin boxes got all bent up, which is a little disappointing. One of them was already a little bent up, but now the rest of them they all got like squished. It's like they put like boxes on top of it or something like that, and it like squished them down type of thing. So that's the only damage.
Those are mostly still readily available if you wanted to buy new ones.
Yeah,
though, right?
Yeah, they are. I think
I've seen.
I think I bought actually all 10 of them for like $100 or something like that. So I'm pretty sure it's still around like similar pricing to what I paid, honestly. But yeah, honestly, I don't need them opened either because I have all those cards both in normal form and in Pin Club form already, and I have all the pins already. If you guys know me, that's my thing. So I already definitely have all of them. There's a squonk pin in my car, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need to get a squonk. I don't have the squonk pin. I need a squonk pin.
Oh, I got a box for you if you want it. It's yours.
Deal.
It's yours. Yeah, there's your pocket squonk right there. It's more durable than a card.
That is true. My pocket squonk is actually doing pretty poor right now. So my wallet, which I'm gonna take stuff out of it.
Why don't you?
I have a money clip wallet.
Yeah, me
so
too.
I would put the squonk. I'd put the squonk in the magnet,
Yeah.
and then it would still be kind of like hanging out the side and stuff. So all of my edges are just horrible.
Yeah, you got whitening to the max, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe use the poker card squonk. That one might be a little more sturdy.
Could use that one. Could use the tarot card one. Could use the Genesis NFT one when that comes out.
Is there going to be a
that would be
mini?
horrible.
There might be a mini squonk. I don't know. What sets are they doing for the mini?
Oh yeah, there will be a mini squonk. Absolutely.
There you go. That's the pocket squonk right there. That
is the pocket
squonk. And that's in my opinion now, that's the only reason I will buy those is to get that pocket squonk. Unless they're legal to play a tournament with.
They're not legal to play. They're going to be tokens. You can use them as tokens.
That's
so
actually
in the recent Metazoo hour that. Yeah, so you can use them. For me, I'm excited for my kids actually, because it's like I imagine it's going to be cheaper than 6 regular packs of cards. I could be wrong about that.
Maybe,
but it could be a cool way to get them interested as well. So
yeah, no, I didn't even think about that aspect. That is pretty dope actually. It should broaden the audience with the younger kids who are into that type of stuff. I know I would have been interested in that. For real. Kids are into weird stuff like that though.
Yeah, like little dollhouse Metazoo. I hope it's dollhouse size now, so we can I can set up a game in the dollhouse. I have 3 girls, so it's like this is my life.
Tea parties and dollhouses.
I love it.
So both of you guys were at the water tower together.
Yeah.
I didn't get really filled in too much on like what happened with the team and all that stuff because it was like happening like during my move, like literally during my move.
So what you're saying is you don't care about your own team?
No, I know how everybody placed and stuff like that.
I know everybody.
I know everybody placed and how everybody did in the tournament, but I don't know how you guys enjoyed the event. I don't know how your personal experiences were with how the event was ran. Not only like the tournament, but like the whole Loveland Frog Fest, everything. You know what I mean? So
It's actually interesting too because we have very different perspectives. Deadly
bet,
played.
yeah.
I was there as a content creator and spectator.
yeah. So Deadly, how was it? And you also played in Caster's Cup. So I was there at Caster's Cup. So use that as like a reference point for me. Like, how was it in comparison to
So Caster Cup was was huge compared
Yeah.
to this.
Okay.
Was huge compared to this. I mean, you got to think that you had maybe 150 people, give or take, that actually played.
Like half.
Yeah, they did some walk-ons. All right, so overall, yeah, it was a little bit smaller, but I would say the dynamic in which the tournament was ran was very similar. You had tables all set up. You had your rounds going. They gave you maybe 5 minutes in between rounds with some delays between matches that were running a little long. Some score, adjusting, things like that. But for the most part, I think that I personally thought I had no issues whatsoever.
Awesome.
Judges came when I called them. I really only called maybe a judge twice, and just to confirm something. All the players I played were respectable and nice. I had a good time playing, and yeah, I mean, I personally think it was pretty well ran for a tournament.
I love that. That sounds like all good things to me, honestly. I'm assuming it was a little bit smoother checking in and stuff like that than.
Yeah, I mean,
Caster's Cup, that was a little chaotic.
100%, because everybody had to submit their deck already. Their deck had to be submitted.
True. And
Caster Cup, we were all sitting down writing on a piece of paper, writing our decks out. They said, don't put them in the MPN. They said, write them on this piece of paper and come up to us. I don't know. So it wasn't like that at all. Yeah. And then you basically just said, hey, we're deck checking. A line started to go out the door, and we all just walked down. I waited maybe 5-10 minutes in the line. I got there. Shout out Bats. He checked my deck. He didn't catch my he didn't catch my 62%. That's a joke.
Oh no, we might have lost Ian.
Yeah. See if he comes back.
Yeah, we'll keep going for now. Keep going there, Deadly.
Now you got a cat to look at instead of him. But overall, it was 5-10 minutes in the line. Deck checks were smooth. And then, sat around and I kind of observed, the other people that were there. It's always a little awkward in the beginning, especially some of the people you haven't met. And then some of the people you just know on Discord, and then you're getting to know them over the next couple days. But by the end of it, people knew each other. People were all, communicating, and had a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. I know that even though there was a little bit, like I was saying, chaos going on at Caster's Cup, still, like you were saying, everybody that I faced there was respectable and had a good time and everything like that. So I'm glad that the community is still, doing the same thing, and everybody's still being pretty cordial and having a good time, and not just being assholes in the tournament like people can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear anything crazy. There was one interaction that I saw. I'm not gonna say who or what, but I was what is going on here? I was what is the big, like somebody just won't let something go, or there's some discrepancy, and it is what it is. And then I think that judges did really well. Shout out Tuffy. And then also shout out Bats as well. Who else? Let's see. Maybe this guy will know.
If we could ever get him back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I'm not really. I didn't talk to that many judges, but oh hey. Nope.
Nope.
Maybe. No.
He popped up in Discord, but
yeah. But I mean, it seemed like there was a good, construct of what they were doing this time.
There were enough judges and everything like that too, in your opinion?
I personally think so. Maybe somebody might have a different opinion about that.
Well, I trust your judgment personally. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, well, I didn't
everybody
really
else
need
might not, but
So, I mean, like, overall, like, I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable, and I understand when somebody's saying, oh, this is how it goes. Like, I understand, you know, okay, maybe I misunderstood it, and they're like, hey, this is actually how it goes. And I'm like, no, that's cool, because that sounds, you know, exactly how it goes, and maybe I was misinterpreting it. But really, that didn't even come up because we've practiced enough with the water that we knew the interactions for the most part. Hello, Cryptid Nation.
I'm going to have to watch
He's back.
our podcast to figure out what the heck Deadly said he liked about the event.
yeah, you are.
So,
Are you recording again?
I apologize
are we,
for that.
Are we back good?
oh, I never stopped recording. We're good.
Jesus
So
Christ.
everything should be fine. when you edit this. So we lost power because it's, you know, bad snowstorm up here.
yeah.
And
Nice.
we're on generators right now. And for some reason, the generator tripped.
Nice, dude.
So much for
No,
having
you know,
that.
nobody was doing anything like intense with electricity. Like sometimes if we're turning the stove on and running like
Yeah.
the toaster or whatever, it'll trip it. But nobody's doing anything right now, so it's
The
like nobody knows
dollhouses,
why it
bro.
tripped. Yeah.
Just running.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
just running your whole computer
But,
and stuff on it.
So if I drop again, just go on as normal.
That's
Shall
what we were planning
call?
on doing.
Shall we call the National Guard?
yeah.
No, I'm good.
The Red Cross.
I thought it ran out of gas because last night
Make-A-Wish.
nobody put gas in it. So then it just ran out of gas and like 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, I'm back. You had when I first came back, I could hear you guys. You were talking about the MZOs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
actually going to ask if because you definitely were floating around a heck of a lot more than I was, and I know Bats and Tuffy pretty much were MZOs,
Yeah.
and then also I was saying for reference, maybe you knew some of the other ones by names.
Yeah, there was Kurt. He goes by Truck in the chat. Bobby Wright, I think he goes by Metaboo. Colt Hayes, Darren Shernack, Douglas Coleman, Kevin Cote, and Tristan Jacobs.
I know
And
some
then
of those
Tuffy and
names.
Bats as well.
Yeah, I know some of those names.
I gotta remember names because there's definitely two other judges that I talked to and I couldn't.
Yeah,
I can't
the what I just rattled off was the list on the MPN, but there was definitely other people sitting at the feature tables. I feel like there were female MCOs there, but they're not listed in the MPN.
Was there?
I thought so. Maybe not. Somebody, I mean, there. Yeah, I don't know.
Deadly, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the 3-time Terra bonuses now that you've experienced it in this tower format?
I'm gonna say I mean I like it. I like it because so I am always into so this is why I like this game so much is because of Terra bonuses, fourth walls. It's like added changes that are can be like implemented into the game at any given point. If you're playing hard Terras in your spell book and you're pulling them out and it's like all right, now he's got all this extra bonus. Or if you have your fourth walls and the card comes out and you're like, well, I claimed this one but you didn't have room for this one, so it's all circumstantial to what you're doing. This one, and then also when you have a task at hand. So when it's like, all right, we're like, I love the towers for this is because, all right, towers is for a set or a type. And the fact, the 60% is cool. It definitely has a dynamic in which I like. I think it makes it a little bit more difficult, but, it's just putting us to the test even more. But the 3 times Terra bonus just is like, all right, now all these cards are more powerful, so you have a baseline of being like, all right, so all of these cards are really good, and then you can have interactions, and then it's almost like a pyramid or a diagram where it goes out, and it's like, all right, you have this and you have this, and these paired together will probably be good with these, but then you have these two over here, and they'll be better with these. It's like you can go. Water was not a good example of that because it was very, very straightforward on what was good and what wasn't. But I feel like for these other aura types, it's going to expand it even more.
I agree with that as well. pretty much almost everybody was doing like the same thing. From what I could tell, there was some spice thrown in, of course. You know what I mean, and there were some pretty insane decks that I've seen too, like the one that you covered in that one video there.
The Hornets deck.
Yeah, that's pretty. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it was really cool because with that one specifically, with how John had designed it, he had 16. I think it was 16 non-water pages, because basically all he. You have your 6, say, with a 40-page spellbook, and that's if you have 10 aura. Basically, that 10 aura, since he didn't have any water aura in there, he could just use on whatever he wanted, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But you need to have the right aura effects for that. So I don't think that's going to work as well for Earth or some of the later towers.
Yeah, the more that I keep thinking about Earth, the more I keep getting stressed out about it.
Give it a couple days. We'll start deducting some things. You gotta play through it.
Yeah, and we know the Terras as of today. Today when we're recording it.
Yeah.
So really, unless they're going to throw some fourth walls into this one, you have most of the information you need. At this point, the only thing you don't have is what's in native, but we're getting spoilers every day for that. Leading up to it, and then you just need to decide if you want to use anything and figure out how to obtain it at that point. So
what if they don't show us the stuff that we need to obtain?
So yeah, it will, right? No, I'm serious. So you're right in the sense that the spoilers that the partners that I'm getting, that some of the other creators are getting, that are the digital. Okay, here's your spoiler that you are spoiling. Yeah, they might not show everything, and they probably won't with the content creators. But the spoiler packs will. So once those get out in the wild, you're going to see the cards that... I mean, that's a bit more random.
How soon...
They don't select, like...
How soon is that? Do you think those are going to be released?
The end of this month.
The end of this month, which means what? Maybe we'll get it at the beginning of next month? Or what does that mean? Like how much...
No, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, exactly. And this is actually something that I talked to... This was something Rob had talked to me about, that he likes the idea of the spoilers kind of getting handed out leading up to the tower and leading up to the release. And then the 2 weeks before is when you do your spoiler packs. So he had talked about this in Ohio with a bunch of people. And that way you are kind of slowly getting out important stuff. And then right when the pre-orders go up is when you're getting your blast of, okay, here's everything in the set. Here's the spoiler packs that are being opened. And you're getting a full kind of, here's what your set list is going to look like, to then incentivize the players or collectors or whoever to then pre-order with the partners. So, I think that's part of why we're seeing the schedule that we're seeing of, okay, let's trickle out these spoilers, but then do the blast of spoiler packs at the end of the month, at the beginning of April, when the pre-order season opens.
Yeah, because those spoiler packs, potentially the whole set will be spoiled.
And I think that makes sense too, because what we saw with... I get what you're saying. What we saw with Salem, right, is spoiler packs went out New York City Comic-Con, I believe.
I believe that's
the first time.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
So that whole weekend, we got an idea of the entire set. I think we had the entire set by Monday listed out. But it was still 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, till Seance officially released. So doing it the week or two before makes a lot more sense. It's going to be, okay, we see what's in it.
It's going to make it harder to practice, and
it's going to make it harder to practice. So that's part of the concern. Right? So some people, their concern is, I'm not going to be able to get these cards that I may want for the tower.
Are they going to be as hard to get as the Seance cards? Like that's not going to.
I think there was some.
Well, fusion ores are going to be the big thing, in my opinion. But alternatively, from what you're saying, you're not going to have time to practice, which means your opponents are not going to have a lot of time to practice, right? So unless you're getting a spoiler, say
today,
spoiler tomorrow, or today is something that you definitely want to use, right? Proxy that in, practice with it. But if we don't see something that's really important until 4 or 5 days before the towers, you're not going to have a lot of time to practice. But that's your advantage if your opponent wants to use it, because they're not going to be well versed with it. They might miss something important with an interaction.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword with it. I mean,
it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's going to be pretty wild. I mean, I don't like it, but at the same time, like you're saying, it's a double-edged sword. There's part of me that is like, it's pretty dope at the same time, and like there's probably going to be some pretty cracked cards that I hope I get my hands on first.
Yeah. How do you know you don't get your hand on one of these fusion auras, and you're the one who's got the cracked card?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, like I can't be that hypocrite.
And you're like, I love this, and they're going to be like, we hate you.
Yeah, so it is a double-edged sword. I see it, but I see it, but I am annoyed with it at the same time.
With the spoilers that we've seen so far, I would imagine that somebody is going to try to do a Piazza spellbook.
Well, today I went on Caster Society, and they have the section for spellbooks where you could just view members of the community's spellbooks that they're building. Mm-hmm. And this was only a couple hours after they announced the Terras for the Earth Tower. And already I think I seen 4 different, just on the first page that I clicked on. I didn't go multiple pages. I didn't nothing. The first page I clicked on, I saw 4 sewer alligator decks that were titled Earth Tower Gator Deck, and most of them were similar builds actually.
Yeah, well, there's only so much you can do if you're trying to do sewer alligators in a primarily Earth, 60% Earth spellbook.
Most of them were sewer gators with a bunch of crystals.
Yeah, glistening beach rocks are Earth pages, so I imagine those were in there.
Bunch of like literally like 6 crystals or something like that. And then the Tehihans also.
Yeah,
and then they'll throw like 1 large Earth BC in like Slide Rock or something like that.
Yeah. Sewer alligator is interesting though because it hits Earth beasties for 210 because it gets the 20 for the attack bonus and 20 for aura type advantage. So it is technically a strong card. It's just I don't know how well, unless you're doing something like what John did with the Hornets.
Yeah.
Where you have all of these options with the Aurifax. I don't know how well it's gonna work for the Earth Tower.
I think people will get it to work, but I just found it funny how just like with the announcement of 1 Terra, so many people are already practicing that deck. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I was just like, holy crap. But yeah, I'm not anxious. I'm more like I just want to know what those native cards are. Yeah, I just want to start.
Yeah, and yesterday you wanted to know what the Terras were. Take with what you got. Pay attention to what you have now.
Well, you want to know what's funny is like I guessed every single one of the Terras minus City. Honestly, I was like these 4 are definitely.
Oh, they make sense.
Yeah, I was like these 4 are definitely going to be active.
City was up in the air for us. We did talk about it.
It was the other ones were City or Forest we were talking about.
Yeah, Forest.
Why Forest?
What's that?
Why Forest?
There are some I think with Forest, but I think it had more so to do with the fact that there's like synergy between the 2 and that trees grow on the Earth.
I think who has it?
Rivers
Grafton
run through the
Monster.
earth.
I think Grafton Monster actually has a forest bonus. So I mean,
one of them is a cosmic bonus or something.
Like Meteor Shower. It's I think it's Frank Shaw.
One of them literally has something where it's like with cosmic, or it has something with like cosmic aura. I don't know.
I think it's Frank Shaw's Gargoyle.
It might be.
I think that has something to do with like cosmic aura, but it's in the text. It's not necessarily a bonus.
Yeah, don't listen to what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right. It's if NASA symbol is within eyesight, cosmic pages cost 1 less cosmic aura to contract.
So there's synergy between that, which makes no sense.
I can't remember your name, but I can remember Metazoo cards. Thank you very much.
Yep.
But yeah,
I think it'd be interesting if for the Earth Tower, they didn't do the 4th wall effects for water. but they have in the document TBA. So I think they've been thinking about, okay, let's do some fourth wall effects for these. It'd be interesting if for the water tower they did It's Mother's Day, so everybody gets that graphed in for free. You just get a free wall.
Don't even give them that idea.
Don't even put that into the atmosphere, bro.
No, do it. So
it's
Immortal
Mother's Day,
did.
And we're in New York City, so that the Rat King is active too.
It'd be amazing. Immortal did It's Mother's Day for one of his tournaments, and I think that was one of the ones that I played in, and it was incredibly fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think I got third in that tournament. That's right. It was fun.
Nerd.
Anyway, nerd. I like Earth. Okay, and it's funny because I gave Deadly so much crap in the beginning
about what?
Earth. About Earth.
When? What did I say about Earth?
No, I gave you crap
before he was.
So the first time I ever played against you, you played Earth.
Oh, you're like, well, I played Earth.
Yeah, Earth.
What was I? Was I playing the giant? Was I playing the giant deck with the Matlock?
He started.
No, it was a burrow deck, and I couldn't get through to anything. Like this is horrible. I got to do this.
Before Ian even started playing, and he was talking to us as like players and him as like a collector type of thing. He's like, yeah, those ore types suck, right? And we're like, no, there's still some good shit in there. He's like, nah, they suck. Nobody uses them. I've never seen them.
At the time, though, so that was Wilderness era. UFO either had just come out or
it was about to, so something like that.
About to come out. I feel like a lot of people weren't playing Earth then.
Because it was slow and bulky.
It was slow.
Yeah,
but. If you had
water was meta,
pop, though, it still was powerful. It's just that everybody was playing water and it was slow. But it was still like better than Spirit at the time and everything like that, you know.
At the time,
yeah, but you're right. You know, I was coming at it from my viewpoint as a collector, not a player, and what I was seeing, for spellbook builds for Caster's Cup and all that. So.
I mean, let's just...
I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong.
Let's just say, do we think Earth... Would Earth even, match up in a regular tournament?
Like Caster's Cup? Are you talking...
Like would it actually even make it out? Like,
would it be a top 32 deck in Caster's Cup? That type
the Humble Dumple deck is, pretty strong.
I think it could because of Humble Dumple and Cement Worm.
Dude... I know that I've gone up against a few different decks from a few different people. Like Ian's deck is one of them. Matrada's deck is one of them. I think he had an Earth deck that beat me. I'm pretty sure. Some of them were wrecking me with Cement Worm and Slide Rock. Like the combo of not being able to use Aura and stuff like that, dude. And it was. I couldn't do anything. I don't know how to describe. I literally was just I'd put an aura out and it would be not usable or gone or whatever the frick would happen. Yep. You know what I mean? I would be like, "Are you? And what am I gonna? All right, let me
heal Slide Rock back up with the Cairn and keep going.
Let me concede. Let me just concede. It was bad, dude. So there's gonna be a bunch of different builds. I don't think it's gonna be. We were saying with water, I don't think it's going to be just one thing that's win it all. You know, everybody's going to do that one thing. I think we're going to see a bunch of different stuff from all different walks of Earth.
Well, I just thought of this right now. I'm probably, isn't there a card that kills creatures or beasties with the same name?
There is.
What
is
you
that?
have multiples?
Chase Gallery.
Oh, Chase Gallery. Yeah, that's what it is.
Chase Gallery. If you destroy
a beastie,
all beasties with the same name. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a Spirit Dark, right?
Spirit Dark. Yeah, it's super powerful, right?
Yeah, but
and it automatically kills things named Snipe, which is part of why I love it, because we have MJ and he loves Snipe so much. It's the anti-MJ card.
Deadly for it in your deck, man.
But the other thing too is Kets and Thunderbird. It'll kill all of them because they all have the same name.
I'm just thinking if somebody's gonna throw out 10 Tenny Hans or whatever, and I'm just no, and they all die. But that was just that's never. I don't think anyone's getting that in there.
I'm excited to see.
It's too expensive to be playing for not having Earth at the Earth Tower.
But can't you technically pull it, like, if there's a real wooden boat or something, you can play it from, like, your, like, cemetery or limbo?
I think so, yeah. Somewhere.
Yeah, you ain't gonna.
So, like, you just get it in there.
That's a real.
I guess you still have to
real,
probably pay the cost, though.
I don't think it's a tournament legal.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah, fourth wall.
It could be. So when they're talking about towers in the future, right? So Water Tower, it was just a regular event, right? I mean, it wasn't just a regular event, but it was at an event hall. You know, there was just normal tables, all that, right? When they talk about future towers, they do want to theme the towers. They do want to have pseudo environments at the towers, and that could be, you know, you're playing in a real boat, or you have, you know, canoes around you, or something like that, right? So, you know, yeah, in normal competitive play, it's not possible to use that effect for Chase Gallery,
but
they can definitely easily integrate that at the tournament level.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see more of that, maybe not this year, but next year, and maybe at Caster Cup this year we will, because we saw the pseudo environments last year. Yeah. But next year, I think the towers are going to be very themed and be very focused on pseudo environments like that.
I hope so. That would be awesome, honestly. Because, you know, news, like, when I found out that, like, in tournament policy, it says when there's, like, pseudo environments and stuff like that, that, like, location doesn't matter and, like, things like that.
No.
I was like, damn, that kind of sucks. But, like, if they could integrate their own of those things, okay, we're back in action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's something that I feel like people either don't know or they forget, is that, you know, location is unknown or personal information is unknown. So when people get excited about, oh, hey, you know, sewer alligators hitting for an extra plus 20 if the person's from a city. Well, no, it's not, because that's not public information.
Yeah.
Or if you're in a city known for alligators, well, no, you're actually playing in an undisclosed location unless the tournament organizer says so.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible, and I think completely feasible, that for Earth Tower and Caster's Cup, they will say that we're in New York City, though.
Just like in the one thing at Caster's Cup, I think it was the North Pole, right? I could be wrong with that, but I think the one thing was, this is the North Pole.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. And that's the thing for Rat King too, right? Yeah. That New York City fourth wall has to be New York City, not just city.
Yeah, and just because we're playing in New York
to get the borough
City,
and fleet,
it's not active because, like we were saying, we're in an undisclosed tournament location. So anybody,
I actually got some flack for that too, because when they announced NYCC, it was, people were trying to either sell or buy Rat Kings all over Facebook, and I was like, hey, just so everyone knows, like, until we get to the point where they announce what the fourth walls are, be very careful about what you're buying right now, because you could be buying it for no reason.
And then I had people like, shut up, $600.
Yeah, basically.
Shut up, $800.
I traded for one, so I'm happy I got mine.
You traded for one like immediately when it came out, so you at best maybe spent like $200 on it, something like that, right? Something cheap.
I traded.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I traded for some like.
And then he fucking shuffles like this.
I traded for some like players. I think I had to. I think I traded for some like maybe like a player stamped card. I think like a player stamped card and like another like hollow card from the set that wasn't player stamped or something like that. And it was to some like dude who was from New York, and like him and his girlfriend went together and got it together, and she like obviously doesn't care about Metazoo. So he like got one for himself and one to like trade essentially, you know. So yeah, it worked out for everybody. And now I've been creasing that thing ever since, right, Dudley?
Yeah, I tried to get my sister to get it, but she didn't do it.
She laughed at you.
Bro, she lived in Manhattan too. She's like, it's in Times Square. No one goes there if you live in New York City. I was like, for me.
It is true though.
Then I screenshotted her what it was worth, and I was like, just think what you could have won, what you could have got.
Yeah, you should have sent her the like eBay sales for all of them. I mean, like, see, you and your friend should have gone.
Yeah, you should have just lined up, taking pictures.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we have some friends in England for the next one.
No, we won't. Don't worry.
Yeah, that one's gonna be even harder to get, dude.
Yeah.
Well, let's backtrack here a little bit. Ian, what was your experience at the water tower?
I really do wish that my power didn't connect, because I really did want to hear what Deadly had to say about this. But I'll go back and watch it after. I totally watch our content after.
Yeah, okay.
Fast forwards. Watches himself.
Yeah.
So I was there as a spectator, not as a player. I was there as a content creator. And with the kind of content that I do, I think it works out really well for going to conventions or tournaments like this, because I'm not trying to get all my content at the event. So I actually had a chance to experience everything, and then really all I was getting was B-roll. And then I came home after the event, and I did my normal, okay, I'm going to write my script. I'm going to use this footage to then kind of help tell the story of what happened and the experience and whatnot. This was really the first time that I was able to do that, and I think it worked out incredibly well. So you don't need to be
The content's
as a content creator going to these events and feel like you need to necessarily miss what's going on. So just kind of, I guess, a tip there would be, if you are going to record, and there were other content creators there that weren't recording too, like Marcus V was there. He was also playing. Demon Fergus was there. He does some content. A couple others that I recognized as well. Mainly focused on playing, but what I kind of learned there was that you don't need to just kind of go there and just be a content creator, which is pretty cool. And I was a little worried about that, because I went to Salem and I did a little bit of recording, but I didn't do enough. So it was how do you find that balance?
If you
event
see me at a tower, I'm not a content creator. Don't throw me.
Yeah, you are.
Don't throw me in that.
Do it.
Group of people.
Capture it. I feel like I rambled there a little bit, and I apologize for that.
No. We're asking you your experience.
This is your time. This is your time.
So I was worried going, because when I go to those events, I want to make sure that I'm experiencing it, and you don't always experience that from behind the camera.
I agree.
It was really cool to meet a lot of the community, and that was the big thing for me. This was the first time. Yeah, I met some people at Salem. This was the first time I was going out, and I was meeting our team. I met Deadly, I met Austin. I already knew Jason and Bobby and a few others. First time meeting John, Immortal Workshop. So that was amazing in itself. And if you've seen Harley's video, he did the Metazoo House skit, which was pretty cool. So it was awesome to have that Airbnb and have that experience, especially because MJ wasn't there.
Especially because I wasn't there.
And then getting to the event the next day, and meeting the rest of the community, having people come up and say, hey, I watch your content, thank you for doing what you do, or just having a chat for a while, or taking some pins off the table or stickers or whatnot that I had set up. It was awesome to get that interaction, because when I went to Salem, a few people did approach me, but it wasn't a lot. And I feel like a lot of the people at the towers knew who I was, which is interesting, because I was like, okay, I need business cards, I need these pins and all that. Being like, okay, I gotta get my brand awareness out there, right? I gotta get my channel awareness out there. And you get there, and it's like, okay, people took stuff, but they already know who I am. Yeah. So it's like, this was not my target audience. No, sorry, actually the opposite. This was my target audience. It wasn't the target for expansion. Which was pretty awesome to see.
That's funny.
But it was also good, because going around getting footage, I actually have a montage in my tower video of people reacting to the camera. Right. So, you already kind of have that connection with some of these people.
How did Deadly
they smile
react
on the camera,
to the camera?
or they... He gave me a Valentine's box. But
Try and be as nice as possible.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's actually...
I punched my mic.
It's a really good example. It's a really good example of when you're there doing content, you're not always catching that stuff in the moment. Because it wasn't until I got home and started editing that I saw those reactions. And that was amazing, right? It was like, okay, cool. People really cared that I was there, filming what they were doing, getting the gameplay and everything. So I featured that as a montage in in the video because it made me so happy to see that. But overall, I think the event went smooth. It sucks that the spoiler packs weren't there, that we didn't have water packs, all that. I still feel like I went there and, even as a spectator, that there was, proper promos and everything. We got 2 water auras, we got 2 towers. And they're powerful cards, in my opinion. No, well, I mean, the water auras are just water auras. But the water tower, and then I ended up buying a water tower begins after I left the event. Because I want to use that, especially with fusion auras coming out.
Yeah.
But, I didn't feel like I got there, experienced the event, and then felt shafted that the spoilers weren't there or the water packs weren't there.
I'll probably never play a water deck ever, so I don't care about those promos.
They don't have, they did that, and it's like, they didn't have to say anything. You know what I mean? And then, obviously, over the week, you just forget about it. You honestly, it was honestly a thought in my head when I first got there. But then, a
lot of people don't forget about it.
I mean, I don't care anymore, and I didn't care probably once you start enjoying the quote unquote activities of the weekend and interacting with the people that you're with. I never even I was bummed. I was like, damn. I was like, I really would have liked him. I would have liked him in Orlando. I would have liked him over here. I think for them, if anybody's listening, just, mitigate on what you're going to say. And you want to know what? If you had them and didn't say anything, would have been even crazier than you saying it and having it. So, my thing is don't, show your whole hand, or at least try and, gain so much, attention or whatever. Because, we like it. We like the game and we're going to continue to follow it. And,
like my dad used to say, he used to say, don't write a check with your mouth that your ass can't cash.
Yeah.
Mr. C.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. I do think that the intent was to have that stuff there originally, and then it either didn't work out or decisions were made otherwise. The problem I had was the timing.
You know what they say about good intentions, right, Ian?
No.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, is what they say.
Well, good thing I like the warmth. You like it too. I mean, you hate the snow, so.
Yeah.
But no, I guess what I'm saying is I get some of the frustrations around it, but I'm also like, whatever. It happens,
No, I agree with that.
I would like to see some better communication around that stuff, though.
Yeah. I think we're all in agreement with that.
That's where my frustration lies.
Yeah,
I would hope that they would have had them in hand, or I don't know. I would say have the things in hand before you say you're gonna have them. But that's just whatever. I'm not a business owner. I don't own a TCG company. I just own some cats and some stuff like that.
I think they're gonna ball out when we least expect it, in Wisconsin for Forest or something like that. They're just gonna ball out and have all the shit there and be like, sorry, you guys should have came to this one. Just what was it, Kansas City Collecticon? How there was nobody there. Next year they'll have fire shit there probably. Be like, damn, you should have came, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, but no, it was cool to see the community and the gameplay. I've never seen gameplay at that level. At a real competitive level.
How was the actual Frog Fest itself?
It was interesting. So Dee's presentation was great. So I was able to record that, have a video up for that, as does Trementic and Harley. That was really cool to see, to kind of see that aspect of what Dee does. The vendors were pretty cool. It was a mixture of things in the Cryptid community. It was there were some TCG booths there. Immortal was there. There was another one that had Metazoo and Pokemon cards. There were some Cryptid podcasts there, some artists. So it was just kind of not all over the place, but a splattering of different Cryptid vendors,
gotcha.
As well as some other. There was another Cryptid TCG there that they have a Kickstarter out right now. I forgot the name of it.
Now, was this by where
as well
the
as
Loveland Castle is, or no?
15 minutes away.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a short drive.
Did you check it out?
Yeah.
You went twice.
I went twice.
He's like, I'm going back. I didn't find the frog.
The second day was because Slippy Napkin, the first day, didn't have his hat.
So,
And they wanted to get a picture, a recreation of Love's shadow in the archway. So we went back the next day to get that.
that's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this. This has nothing to do with Metazoo or anything, but why was Loveland, do you know why, who built Loveland Castle? Why is that there in the middle of friggin' Ohio?
Yeah, so...
'Cause I'm sure it's not the reason.
I forgot the guy's name.
It's not the reason in the comic book, I'm betting you.
Harry. I forgot his last name. But Harry's knight. So he Harry Andrews is his name. So he was really into medieval architecture. And I don't know why he was in Ohio and decided, I'm going to build a castle in Ohio. I don't know that backstory because it was closed. So we didn't get to do a tour by the time that the event was over. But, it was this guy that was just really into medieval architecture and decided to build a castle. And, it has the trap door that you pour oil down for people that are trying to knock down your door. It has spiral staircases where the run and the height are completely different heights on every step.
Oh
so
my gosh.
the idea there is that if you're being invaded, that the invaders, they need to watch their feet as they're going up the stairs or they're going to trip and they'll die anyway. But the spiral staircase can be guarded by one person at the top because the people invading, they can only come up one at a time and they're going to be either stumbling up the stairs or they're going to have to look down to make sure they're not falling over. So there's a bunch of architecture designs like that all over that castle.
Is there a
That's
moat?
pretty interesting.
Yeah, and it took him multiple years to finish. I think he died before it was finished actually, and then the knights had to finish it. If I remember
And
correctly.
now he's one of those spirits
There's
that
some
walks around
interesting
the
videos.
castle, like in the comic. He's just one of those spirits that just walks around it.
Didn't think about it that way, but no, really, there's some interesting YouTube videos on the castle and the history that I highly suggest, and that's where I learned most of that stuff.
That's awesome. No, I'm into that stuff too. I wish I had the money where I could build my own freaking castle.
Right?
But he just rents.
I mean,
That guy's
you
just
can do it
living
over
the
60
dream.
years.
Yeah, I just need to buy like a few acres of undeveloped land and have some fun when I retire.
Yeah.
Well,
Along the same lines, I guess, you weren't there. What have you heard of that happened that you wish you were a part of?
playing.
All right. I should have known better than asking that question to a player.
So water is my least favorite aura type, and I strongly 100% mean that, honestly. The one behind that is frost. I don't like that either. But I still would play in anything. You know what I mean? I still would, given the opportunity, I still will participate. I love this game. I have fun playing this game. I like that it challenges my mind and gets me thinking and stuff like that. I'm so used to just like my whole life doing dumb shit, for lack of better terms. Like dumb shit isn't mean like I don't have to like think about it. Like it might be just like a point and shoot video game or something like that. You know what I mean? Like not that much thought process goes into it. Even like most of my sports that I played, like I played baseball, like there's some strategy, but it's not like a chess match or anything like that where like you need to like focus and like, you know what I mean? Like it's like reactions. It's just like, you know, they hit the ball, you catch it. They throw the ball at you, you swing at it. You know, you know what I mean? It's pretty basic stuff that I've been doing my whole life, and this is like finally something where it's like not. I don't want to say like it's making me smarter, but it's like challenging different parts of my brain, and it's making me think differently than I have and stuff like that. And I enjoy that. You know what I mean? The same way I like enjoy learning new things. You know, just in general, like history. Like I was asking about the castle. You know. So yeah, like water's not my thing, but I still wouldn't mind sitting down and learning it and playing it, even though it would only be for this one tournament. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was really upset that I didn't get to play because I wanted to. I was qualified to everything. But you know, life shows up sometimes and things happen. But besides that, I mean, it would have been great to, you know, meet everybody like you were saying on the team. I only have met, like you were saying also, like I've only met a couple of people prior. You know, Paul I've known for 10 years, whatever now. So Deadly's already knows I'm an asshole. But everybody else has has the chance to learn that eventually. But no, I've met Bobby, I've met Swifty, Sam, but just like Austin, just a few guys. So there's still, you, John, a bunch of people that I haven't met yet.
But the team's growing now too. There's three new members in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
4 or 4.
4, I think. I think 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing big things, But yeah, I wish I was there, honestly, just in general. Like, I was kind of like bummed out being like one of the only people sitting looking at my phone while everybody's like, we're meeting up at the food court.
Yeah. I'm like sending my like dinner order through Discord. He's like, "What? Like,
hey guys,
why are you
online? Hey guys, we're going to get pizza."
He's like, "I'm so left out of this."
And I'm just like, cool, I'm holding a fucking baby, like, oh sweet, So
Whoops.
But yeah, I mean,
you guys were at Caster's Cup too, and I guess the last thing that I wanted to say about the experience there is just the energy in the room for those last few rounds was amazing. To see, just kind of everybody, crowding those tables, spectating, watching.
That's how it was at Caster's Cup, yeah.
Yeah.
So Deadly, the last round, while everybody was doing that, people from like our team were watching Deadly. Off to the side, they were playing their last round, and it was actually Deadly versus Austin, and it was right before Austin was actually a team member. We already knew Austin at this point. We met Austin in Orlando Collecticon last year, so he was like already our boy. He was already in the Discord and like talking to us, and he recognized us immediately when he saw us in Dallas. The whole thing and everything like that. And when Deadly and him matched up, they were like, "Oh damn," what I mean? But we were just hanging out with Austin, and that's kind of when we asked him to join the team in a way.
He is probably the nicest person I've ever met.
He's great, man.
Like, just hands down, a genuinely like nice person.
And he's
like,
always happy too, He's always happy. I know.
Yeah, we didn't have room in the car to bring him to Loveland. He's like, "No, it's all cool. I'll just stay here. I'll watch some South Park or whatever."
And that's literally what he did.
Yeah,
I got up and I was like, "What is he doing? South Park at like 9 a.m.? Who does this?"
He's a stand-up guy. He really is.
That's what keeps him so nice.
But yeah, no, I'm glad that everybody there had a good time. There's definitely events and maybe even people at this event who, left there disgruntled or whatever, you know what I mean? But nobody from our circle, I feel like, had a bad experience, They all enjoyed themselves and left there in high spirits, you know what I mean? Win or lose, they left there in high spirits, which is what it's all about, in my opinion, honestly. Winning is always good, but, like, you're there for the experience, you know what I mean? You're there for the connection, the human connection. You're there for all that type of stuff, at the end of the day. Yeah. It's a game, It's a game.
So I haven't been paying attention because I've been kind of heads down on getting my videos out from Ohio and whatnot and kind of just catching up, which I'm still behind on my content right now. Yeah. Are you both playing at Earth?
Yeah. I got it. I got my invite. I already sent my agree to this today because I feel like somebody said something about like, don't forget to like, you have to email back and say I agree, and I always put the exclamation point because that's in the example. Because I fear if I don't put the exclation point, like, Fajir is gonna be like, "Sorry, bud."
Now you know what
you weren't excited enough.
I respond in typical MJ fashion, where I always respond with something like,
"Word."
No, I'm always like, "Awesome."
Yeah, with an E.
No, I always respond to something like that with like, awesome, can't wait to see you there, get my first place medal ready for me, or something. Something like that, just like super
Denied.
That's usually the talks of a person who comes in last.
super cocky. Yeah, I'm just trying to manifest my destiny here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead, grab the Earth Tower.
It's never worked.
Forced to play Earth.
No, apparently you're not, though. That's what we found out. See?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so you're not forced to. That's only if you want to be.
Oh, yeah.
That's only if you want to be auto in the top 32.
Yep. So
Ah,
Sean has
so
the
you
option
could do
to say,
anything-
I don't want to play water, but he has to.
yeah,
compete
but
with
why would
everybody
you
as
not?
normal.
Why would you not?
Yeah, at that point, you're going to take the top 32 pricing.
So-
You're probably good
And to be honest,
take
to
the
be
chance.
to completely honest with his build, he's got the brain to win another one.
But we
and
also
I know
don't
I
know-
played him. I think I played him in Caster Cup like in the first day. He beat me with like a cosmic deck, and it was very good. It was like I think it was like a weird cosmic build, just like the
isn't he
weird
a
like 6
literal-
aura deck.
Isn't he a literal
think he's a
rocket
critters guy.
science? Isn't he a
Yeah,
literal?
but it was meta.
I'm
though.
pretty sure he's literally
Meta.
a rocket
Oh,
scientist.
meta.
Yeah, he's like.
I did an
Didn't
interview
like-
with him last
Didn't
week,
you
and
go
I
to
didn't
like
think to ask what
Didn't
he
you go to
actually
like
said.
NJIT or something?
He's like a real smart dude. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like real smart.
That's
man.
great.
Maybe if my beard gets long enough, I could be smart like him.
You can't grow that wisdom, dude.
He's got like a wizard beard. Mine's just like out there.
Puffs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a Santa beard, dude. He's got the wizard beard.
Too bad there's no light tower.
So Ian,
Next year.
I'm gonna be in New York. Deadly's gonna be in New York. John, aka Immortal Workshop's gonna be in New York. Tree's gonna be in New York. Frozen's gonna be in
Jason.
Yeah, what
Austin.
are you Austin's gonna be in New York? What's up, dude?
So it's complicated. It's complicated. So
What is this, a relationship? Oh, you know.
It is. It is. And everybody, everyone has the same answer for what I'm about to say. Now that I have a better understanding of the dates, I think my mind has changed a little bit. But my original answer was no, I won't be there. I have a wedding on the 14th, that Friday, and I'm in the wedding, right? And it's like my closest friend, my best friend up here. So it's not one of those things where you're like, I can't make it. My kid's sick. I don't think I'm invited to the gala anyway, so that doesn't matter, right? I can miss Friday. There's nothing's going on Friday that I would miss. Saturday, Sunday, I do technically have open now, right? So it's just a matter of how much do I want to drink at the wedding.
Not that much. Then.
So
I say none, and we
Not
drink
that much.
Saturday night.
right?
or you drink on Friday night and then you just get
Keep
on
the
a
party
train,
going.
drink the rest of the way,
Yeah.
and then just
Going,
randomly
yeah.
show up there.
Drunk.
Right. So New York's only 4.5 hours away from where I am.
It's not that bad, actually.
Depending on where the event is.
So from
Let's say I can get there within 5 hours.
the rumors we heard is around the Brooklyn area. Is that
All right.
Yeah, that's what we heard, right, Deadly? Is around that area?
I
Where you
heard
hearing-
that.
no, don't answer-
from
don't answer where you're hearing rumors.
Someone
You heard-
else. Yeah, I'm not gonna say where I heard that from.
But we heard rumors about
I
that.
don't know.
All right. Interesting rumor. I had not heard that. Sneakouts is in Brooklyn.
That's part of the reason
so
why.
I wonder if it's going to be.
Because Mike is in Brooklyn and Sneakouts is in Brooklyn and stuff. So like
Yeah, he
they're-
lives in
they're kinda
Brooklyn.
Like,
That's-
they're kind of like piecing it together. There's no confirmation. I'm just.
It's at
talking
Mike's
about-
apartment.
It's rumors. It's just rumors. You know?
That'd be amazing. It's just Mike's living room.
Yeah,
500 people. All right. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. So I didn't. I'd have to look up how long it's going to take me to get to that area if it's there. But I'm either. My plan right now is either I'm going to show up late on Saturday, so miss part of day one, and then stay into Sunday and drive home Sunday night, or just go for day two. The only thing, obviously, I'd miss out on spoiler packs and promos and whatnot on the first day, but the only thing that I'd miss out content-wise is just kind of general gameplay footage. The important, in my opinion, footage would be the second day, the top 32, kind of who's going head-to-head for the for the top prize. So I feel like I could make it just for Sunday at a minimum, but I'm going to shoot for both days if I can do it.
Awesome.
That was like a really long answer to say, yeah, I'm probably going to go.
Yeah, you just like hearing yourself talk tonight. I get it.
I do. I'm just so excited to talk
Just
to you guys.
rambling, apparently.
I am.
No, it's been weeks, man. You know, we're back at it.
Lord, I was born a rambling man. This is actually kind of good too because I'm really nervous for my interview with Mike on Tuesday, and I was like, oh man, what if I just like don't talk? I don't think I want to have that problem.
Get it all out now, dude. No, you'll be fine, man. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You've already met him too.
We shook hands. That was about it. So no, I think I think I'll be fine. The thing I'm most nervous about is going live. So I need to test that out.
Well, yeah, that's one thing I noticed that the first 2 interviews that I've seen, they're all live.
It doesn't have to be.
Both of them are live.
So I had the option not to do live. I think some of the other people so far that has done interviews had.
But they've been midday too, right? They've been like midday
3
lives.
o'clock. 3 o'clock. So I need to get my announcement out there. I'm going to try to use StreamYards, which is what Termentic uses, which seems pretty easy. Which is what we're going to try to eventually use for this. Probably is StreamYards, and that has the integrations so you can bring up the chats and all that.
It's awesome.
It should be fine, to be honest. It's just I'm a little nervous because I've never done a live before.
Yeah, don't fuck up, dude. Just don't fuck up, man.
I got to practice. and the good thing about having channel memberships now is I can do member only lives. So I can actually, as I'm testing stuff, I can hide my the fact that I'm doing it, but so only like a few select people will actually see that I'm
so I can
testing out the live stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
but yeah.
How long is this episode running? Oh, geez. We're at a little over an hour, so I think that's good for today.
Is that too long?
No.
Is that too long?
That's the perfect...
An hour of nonsense.
It's the perfect
An hour of literal nonsense. I jumped out and back in. I rambled about 2 different towers.
Yeah. I'm not even going to edit it. I'm just going to leave it, Ian. I'm just going to leave it.
Raw.
You could. My camera flashing as I'm like frustrated trying to get my mic.
Well,
but
no, I think we're good to close out though. Deadly, you got any final thoughts on this episode? That could be anything that we touched on.
Towers, they're a lot of fun. If you're not, if you weren't on water and you haven't been on, if you didn't sign up for Earth, I would say keep pushing. Try and get to one. A lot of fun for a player, and it can really spark your interest in the game with the different dynamics that they're putting in with these towers. So that's what I like.
Awesome.
That's it.
What's up, Ian? No, same. Definitely, if you have a chance, even as a spectator, to go to towers. Not just as a player. Getting out there to meet the community is amazing, and it's going to be such a prominent event for community members. It's going to be what people are going to go to. That you're going to meet a lot of the people that if you haven't had a chance to yet.
Yeah.
So definitely, even as a spectator, attend these towers and get some sweet promos. Other than that, go subscribe to Cardboard and Coffee. Get your news updates from there. Do Metazoo hours. I do weekly trivia, which I've been getting a lot of good feedback on from that. And actually, somebody on the team has offered today to help me come up with a backlog of questions for it as well.
Awesome.
Nice.
So it's not going to just be whatever my weird mind can make up.
I thought the channel's name was Cardboard and Cafe.
That was so funny. The live with Termentic, Mike was talking about Basan, and I'm really excited because Basan is something one of the, I wouldn't say the first cards, but it was one of the early cards that I saw, and it's one that he printed off on his printer at home. But I have the picture of it on my computer because I keep everything that has to do with Metazoo because I'm a hoarder. He was looking for it on his phone or something, so I sent it to him, and Cardboarding Cafe's got me. And then the next time he referenced me, it was Cryptid Nation News, like, so he made that connection instead.
The one-eyed crow.
Well, I think you are Cryptid
the one-eyed
Nation
crow.
News. No. You are Cryptid Nation News, but your channel is Cardboard and Coffee.
That's it.
Cardboard and Coffee.
That's
Yeah.
what
So
I like.
it's
Like the
it's
separation
confusing.
there.
The separation is necessary, and it is one of those things too. Like there's no wavering in my commitment to Metazoo with that. I just felt like I needed to be able to have that separation to talk about some of the other things that I want to talk about that is outside the realm of Metazoo.
Yeah, which allows you to bring in the draw to Metazoo. That is the real objective, right? You want to talk about the other things while you can talk
it's
about
part of it.
Metazoo, and then bring them over to the other channel.
Yeah, steal all the players from the other team.
You're not completely wrong. You're not completely wrong, right? So by talking about those other TCGs, whether they do well or not, interesting mechanics, gameplay, just kind of rating them in general, people like the channel. They see the Metazoo content.
Yeah.
You guys both know that the other TCG that I do want to cover, a little more aggressively than just kind of touching on it is Rise, which its Kickstarter is in May. So that will be primary
it
content
launches,
alongside
or
Metazoo.
it comes and you receive product at that time.
It ships in May.
ships.
So the Kickstarter's done. It's shipping then, and those cards are they're really high quality. Is really what brought me to Rise. Thick cardstock. Every card is gilded.
My thing is game.
On it,
my thing is gameplay. If you don't have viable gameplay in it, then you're literally just printing Topps baseball cards.
You're talking to players here, Ian.
I know I'm talking to players, but I disagree. You need both.
What?
What? You do.
What do you mean?
You need people playing the game to keep the interest in. Right?
Here's the
and keep
episode.
the
This is
company
the
going.
episode.
Well, let's not be completely off here. You need to have a storyline that really, I think brings it. Like the gameplay and storyline, I think makes the trajectory of a game or a TCG go. Whoosh. But if it's just literally shiny cardboard, like
What was Magic's storyline back in the 90s?
what was?
I don't know. Never heard of it.
But it was a game. You said Magic.
Yeah.
They built. It was a game.
I thought you said
Which is mechanics of a game.
You said
Pokemon
storyline.
had a game and everybody just collected it, but I actually played the game when I was like really young and it made no sense to me whatsoever, but I tried to play it.
No, but so your players will keep the interest alive and they'll keep the game moving forward, the mechanics moving forward. Your collectors are what funds everything else. So you need both, and I'd say heavily on the collector side compared to the player side.
I guess. I mean, I'm just going to say the other day I literally was in my kitchen. I was like, I want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. I was like, it's so good.
Dude,
and then
I
even
rewatched
a couple
Yu-Gi-Oh!
years ago, I watched Pokemon all the way through again. Like,
I rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon all the time. Like, honestly, I rewatched.
No love for Digimon. Digimon was actually my
I was just
favorite.
gonna say that. I was just
Dude.
gonna say no. I rewatched Digimon too. I like the original Digimons. Which there's like
I-
five.
I
There's like five
remember-
original series, but I like all
So-
of those original ones.
I remember when I was a kid, my grandmother was visiting from Wisconsin, and they only came once a year. And they wanted to go for a walk or something, and I got so mad because it was
It's like Sunday
I think
morning.
the series. Well, yeah, it was the season 1 finale of Digimon, and they made me turn it off to go for. And at the time, like there was like you couldn't like go on YouTube and watch it or whatever. So it's just like I missed it. I had no idea what happened until that episode was finally re-aired.
yeah.
Yeah. You turned 20.
Digital
You're
monsters.
like,
Yeah,
I finally got to see
Digimon's all
finale
about
first
champions.
season. Yeah, I don't know about Digimon because that's literally I think around the time I exited TCG where like I literally had Digimon cards and I was like, what are these?
These are amazing.
So
No, I never felt that way.
Paul-
I felt like I was like, I gotta stop this.
Paul and I have
I like how we ended the episode and then didn't.
Yeah, we just kept talking for another 50 minutes. No, but Paul and I have a mutual friend, this kid, Adrian. I used to live with this kid, Adrian, for a few years. And at one time, he was going through a phase where, like, just for fun, he liked to mess with people on the internet, and one of the ways he would do so is through that website, Omegle, where it just like brings you up with a random chat person.
With random people, yeah.
This one time, we're just chilling in the room, and this dude pops up on the screen, and we're like, "Yeah, what's up, dude? What you doing?" He's like, "Watching Digimon like a fucking boss," and then he fucking nexted us, dude. So now to this,
that's amazing.
So now to this day, me and that kid, Adrian, have the inside joke where he'll be like, "Yo, what's up?" I'll be like, "Watching Digimon like a fucking boss."
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but I do watch it sometimes. It's on Hulu now, so.
Digimon?
I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. I know that for a fact. So, but anyway, back to our announcements. So yeah.
Bye.
So, Caster's Corner, like I said earlier, we are doing a giveaway at 250 subs. So help us get to 250 subs. Leave us any comments in the video about anything that we talked about today, anything that you're hoping for with Earth Tower, anything that we should look out for with Earth Tower, anything that you liked with Water Tower, didn't like with Water Tower, or whatever it is. Just leave us a comment. But also, I want to remind everybody to also check out the Metazoo Archives. There's a website that, you know, I don't write articles for anymore, apparently. But it's a website.
It's really mainly Cutthroat Zoo.
Yeah, Cutthroat Zoo is killing it.
It's hard to say his new name.
I don't like his new name.
Is that his new name?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, he was Cutthroat Pie, and then that does not have. Don't Google it. That's all I'm going to say. So he changed it to Cutthroat Zoo.
Yeah.
And apparently, Cutthroat Pie has been a nickname he's had like since he was young, because it was something that he did with I think Xbox.
He said it was like a random.
Generated names.
Yeah, it was like a random.
Yeah, and then Pie was his nickname, so he just added Pie on the end. But yeah, don't Google it. Do yourself a favor and just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to, I guess.
So
it sounds like very mysterious, and I feel like it's going to bother me for a while.
So check out the Metazoo Archives. And yeah, so that's a website of articles, and the articles are about Metazoo. Anything you can think Metazoo, pretty much. So if you just want to research some Metazoo stuff, go to the archives, and there'll be some articles for you to check out there. Yeah, besides that, I hope everybody, qualifies for towers, gets in, like Deadly was saying. If you didn't get into this one, try to get into the next one. You just got to play in a local LGS tournament that qualifies you to get in. And, I'm excited to prepare for Earth since I missed out on water. So I'm back, baby. So with that,
back, baby.
So with that, the podcast is back, and we appreciate everybody watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one.
Don't forget to donate to Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Donate.
I almost forgot.
You almost forgot.
Donate.
Yeah.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye.